you talk about Social Security, would you be in favor of lifting the cap on?
I think that's a very, very viable option because when we first instituted Social Security, I believe the life expectancy for the American citizen was like 63 or 64. Now we're talking about 78 to 80. And I think you definitely see that down here in South Florida with a lot of the people that are retiring. They're living very good, long, prosperous lives. So, you know, I'm 50 years of age. I still get out and run 28 to 32 miles a week. And hopefully, you know, 15 years from now, I'll, you know, still be able to maintain maybe about 20 to 25 miles per week. But Americans are living longer. So I think that the Simpson-Bowles recommendations of looking at upping that age, that retirement age, I think, what, to 68, 69? I think that's a viable option we have to look at.
What about lifting the cap on earnings so that, I think right now, Social Security taxes are capped at 106,000, something like that. Would you be in favor of making that unlimited or going up to?
Well, I wouldn't say unlimited. I would have to go back and look at that, you know, once again and get, you know, find that right number that will be able to help us to generate the right type of revenues. But as I say, to continue to talk about payroll tax holidays, that's not the way we should go.
So you'd be in favor of getting rid of that, adding that 2% back?
Yeah, I think we have to. I think we have to start. This is, like I said again, we don't talk about long-term solutions. Because if you talk about a payroll tax holiday, that's just going to take you for a year. And a year goes by like no time flat. And so now all of a sudden, that will run out next year. And then at the same time, we're talking about the quote-unquote Bush-era tax cuts. Those rates will all of a sudden jack up as well. Capital gains, dividends taxes, state taxes. So you're talking about the largest tax increase for the American people. So let's stop looking at, you know, year to year or 2 years of election cycle. Let's start talking about how we can rectify this situation looking 30, 40 years down the road.
So what's the long-term solution on the biggest one, which is Medicare?
Well, I think, you know, what Paul Ryan talked about was very important. I think that we have to move away from a fee-for-service type of program to some type of defined contribution that's indexed based upon your income. I think we also have to start looking at the fraud, waste, and abuse of Medicare. You know, down here in South Florida, we're ground zero for that. So I think that there are a lot of savings that can be involved there. We've got to make the American people responsible for that as well. Because a lot of people go and they get, you know, service or what have you, and they don't know what the bill that gets submitted. And the government just, you know, signs right off on it. So we got to tighten up that system.